Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Hey, big guy. Queen of England. Hey, verification code Charlie 121 November. Jesus. Damn it, I said Queen, didn't I?
That's your name from now on.
Tom Clancy and Ubisoft have been skipping hand in hand through the battlefield for quite a few console generations. The Ghost Recon franchise in particular has been going strong since 2001 with over 10 games under its belt, offering a game that focused on tactics and strategy in place of run-and-gun heroics. With the latest release, Ubisoft looks to put a futuristic spin on the typical 4-man espionage. So is Future Soldier a blockbuster experience or a made-for-TV movie?
Boom! Get clear! Get clear! Move! Run! Go! 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 Go!
After Ghost Team Predator is taken out by a dirty bomb, Ghost Team Hunter assumes the task of finding the responsible parties and avenging their fallen brethren. As each source of intel links to another, various operations unfold a much larger threat than previously anticipated. You get most of the story from cinematic sequences and briefings introducing each mission. Unfortunately, the story begins to take that typical turn to military shooters where the player's left wondering why they're in certain areas, and no real connections made to your faithful companions. The game lands a few attempts at humanizing the soldiers in your squad, and their interactions and banter prove entertaining, but the story fails to really wrap you in, and ends rather abruptly.
Here it comes. Get ready.
This is gonna suck.
Despite a few doll-like character models in the cutscenes, Ghost Recon's a pretty good-looking game. Each level's profoundly detailed and brought to life through environmental physics and clever play on lighting, with only a few blurry textures if you're looking hard enough. Character models for the 4 squad mates are gritty and real, and the solid motion capture assists in crafting some believable performances. The look is complemented by sound, as each bullet you fire is audibly pleasing, and everything from suppressed sniper fire to light machine gun rounds are satisfying to shoot. The shouting of enemy positions and peppering of bullets on your cover all combine to craft that feeling of an intense firefight that never disappoints, even if the soundtrack's occasional dubstep track feels a little out of place.
If they get around behind him, everything we just did's gonna be for nothing.
Don't guess you can just call him and let him know, huh? I'm gonna have to owe you that beer. You already owe me like 5.
Future Soldier's campaign throws in a healthy mix of firefights, stealth-only segments, and a few on-rail sequences, but after the 5th mission or so, the campaign becomes a bit predictable. The fast-paced gunplay keeps things lively, as the cover system for the game makes each transition fluid, with the ability to pop in and out of cover with ease. The no-alarm segments can be frustrating at points because, for some reason, with all this technology, I can't tell if that one guy's going to see me shoot the other guy. With this being the future, technology becomes your best friend. In addition to cloaking, you have sensors to detect enemies in an immediate area, drones to get a better view of the battlefield, and a mark and execute ability that will allow you to drop 4 enemies at one time. All the gadgetry and attachments are fun to use, but make the campaign much less of a challenge. Your AI will never be spotted, enemy AI is predictable and idiotic, and you even wander around one stage with a mech that blows everything up for you without ever leaving cover.
Anybody seen that movie with the 2 cowboys and that whole Mexican army? Pretty sure it was the Bolivian army. You know how it ends, right? Yeah, but we've got better guns.
The cooperative at heart will find a decent offering in this title. The campaign can be played with up to 3 human counterparts in lieu of the AI, which can have its benefits and downsides in losing that surefire stealth. There's also a guerrilla mode akin to the typical horde mode of other titles. Waves of enemies will converge on your position, with interluding waves offering a switch in weaponry and gadgets. Completing waves consecutively will offer up one-time perks like cloaking or an airstrike. The most disappointing factor is that neither of the cooperative modes mentioned have matchmaking, so if you don't have 3 friends at the ready, you better be willing to make some new ones online.
Negative, this is not it. Secure another intel site.
If competitive multiplayer is more your style, then Future Soldier has you covered. 2 teams of 6 are dropped into an arena with varying objectives, and each team is split into squads of 3. You have the ability to spawn on your squad mates or designated area, gaining points for assisting in kills and protecting objectives. 3 classes are available at the start, with varying equipment, ranging from the all-around soldier to the stealthy scout and close quarters engineer. There are 4 base game types that you'll choose from, including Conflict, Decoy, Siege, and Saboteur. Each one is purely objective-based and require working as a team to overcome the odds. The lack of a typical deathmatch mode is somewhat disheartening, but the base game types prove enjoyable if you can find a team willing to work together.
At least give me a weapon! I can fight!
We don't need you getting shot again, sir.
If you're not racking up a kill count, you'll be customizing your arsenal. The gunsmith feature allows you to completely assemble a weapon of your choice right down to the trigger. Picking out that ideal weapon's made even simpler with the ability to pop in and out of a firing range from the menu to test out your modifications. In addition to learning the ins and outs of a weapon, you can manipulate everything from kickback to maneuverability and even range. Competitive multiplayer even allows you to customize your class. At a certain level, crossroads decisions are made on a particular gadget or weapon you'd like for your class to use. The only downside is that most of the equipment and features are locked out at the start, making new players prime targets for the at-launch buyers.
We all set? Let's go to work.
Future Soldier may not break any new ground, but it manages to provide another solid entry in the Ghost Recon franchise. There's a slew of challenges, multiplayer unlocks, and rewards to provide incentive to revisit the campaign and try out different modes. While the lack of matchmaking for the cooperative experiences is a bit of a letdown, there's a split-screen option to get your buddy in on the action to alleviate that downfall. If you're playing solo, expect a decent experience, but if you manage to scrounge up a squad for the game, your future will be much brighter.
I feel like someone should be rolling barrels at us. Hey, why the hell didn't we just ask him to drop us up on the roof?
Hey, if you wanted to sit around all day, you should have joined the Air Force.